Morning everyone, happy weekend and almost happy end of March. Wow, bit of a shocking weather outside with the rain, but nonetheless gives me a great opportunity to preview the St Kilda Brisbane game coming up shortly at 12:35 at Marvel Stadium. My wife and I will be leaving the home shortly to go and attend the game. Before we do that though, I'd like to take this opportunity to introduce you to our tutoring school called the Roki School of Excellence. As you can see in that logo on the top corner. It's an academic tutoring school that's founded by my wife and I, and we teach in groups and individually, years 5 to 12 maths, all levels except specialist maths, as well as Western drums, octopad, which is an electrical percussion instrument, as well as the South Indian classical drums. So if you know of any loved ones or anyone, your child or whoever might be interested, please ask them to contact us, as my wife looks after the enrollments and the admin side of school. I'll look after the fees and teaching syllabus. Okay, so please jump on board if you're interested. Okay, to the big one, St Kilda Brisbane. Here we are, round 3. Bring it on, yeah? It's going to be a really exciting game. And look, there's been a lot of build-up about what Chris Fagan has said about the Saints paying the players, and are they worth this, are they worth that? And look, people are entitled to their opinions, but at the same time, when you spend that much cash, the expectation is they should go out there and give it a good crack, be it a win or loss. I'm sure they'll do that. Okay. I would like to talk about some key points of today's game. Okay. So before I do that though, let's go through the lineup. Yeah, let's dissect the lineup here. Not here, sorry. Sorry. The lineup is here. Okay, one Windows capture. Yeah, there we go. Okay. So as you can see here, we have some players returning back from Brisbane. As is always the case, anytime St Kilda come up there against a team, any team, they always send for some of their best players, if not all return. And that's just the run of luck for the Saints. So I think they've got back Zach Bailey, Logan Morris, as well as who else have they got? Yeah, Zach Bailey, Logan Morris, and one more in. But anyway, there's still some big ins. No Harris Andrews and all yet, but they still have a very decent lineup to get the job done. And I think the big thing is we have to look at their midfield. Will Ashcroft, Lockie Neal, and Josh Dunkley. It all starts there, doesn't it? So if you look here, Will Ashcroft, Josh Dunkley, and Lockie Neal. Darcy Gardner, yeah. So look at that. It all starts here. Okay? Got to win this battle. Otherwise, yeah, they can be very dangerous. And if it goes to their forward line, we have to be very careful. But fortunately, though, guys, we got the return of Dougal Howard in place of Anthony Caminiti, who was injured. So he strengthens our height by a lot, no doubt about that. You see Doug? He's the tallest defender out of the lot, 200 centimetres. So he adds height and adds a bit of relief to Wilkie, Silvani, and maybe Taru, who's starting on the bench. Then we have our regular halfback lineup, Hilly, Naz, and Liam Stocker. And that'll be a good battle in the midfield with Max Hall, Wilson, and Windy, along with Sammy Flanders, Sinks, and DeConey. So we get that right in the middle. I think we should be okay. Our half-forward line and forward, the forward line is pretty decent with height. With Mason Woodplant out there, Owen, Sharma and Marshall to add that extra bit of height, put Kings back. Then with our small forwards, you've got Hugo, who keeps doing what Higgins does, Hugo Garcia, and keeping in mind, we have Liam Ryan. I think he'll start on the bench to start with, and then that will add to that thing. And we've got Dan Butler back, so he adds a bit of that experience and crumbing effect to the small forward line. So very stronger lineup with a few ins for the Saints. Pity that Caminiti did his hammy last week against the Giants. But as Ross says, when one player's out, it opens the door for another. So in this case, Doug Howard. Okay, it's going to be a very good enthralling contest, I can foresee. And if you take a minute to read here, this is just a snapshot of what Fagan spoke about, paying these players. Look, opinions are opinions, they're not facts. But at the end of the day, he stood by his comments, but we have to stand by our game plan and go out there and have a point to prove, okay? That's the most important part, okay? Can't let anything get to our head, okay? We just got to focus and bring about a game plan that will get the job done. Okay. Next one I would like to talk about are the take-home points of the game. The first one as I paraphrased earlier, we have to stop Brisbane's midfield dominance. Dunkley, Ashcroft and Neil, these players can take it away. Even if the forwards don't have a great day out, these guys can really take it away from the opposition. So you've got to nullify their influence, and that will really, once it's nullified, we're almost there to beat them. Number 2, as I said before, Dougal Howard's return strengthens our backline height. Yes, it does. He's 200 centimetres tall, guys. He's Harris Andrews' height. Max King's height. He has a bit of that good intercept effect in the backline, and his experience with Wilkie. So him, Silvani and Wilkie, it'll be a nice trio down there. They've got Alex Taru, who takes very good spoils and marks and leaps up beautifully. Number 3, as I said earlier, is this a Chris Fagan grudge match? I'm not sure. As those who've been following the AFL media all week, been talks about Fagan's statements about the player contracts, their dollar value, etc. Is this a point to prove game? We'll find out. Number 4, huge. Last week I think we kicked less than 80 points, and we won against GWS, a battling GWS, who went down to Collingwood last time. Today, against the reigning premiers, though they're on the bottom of the ladder, we have to kick 80 plus points. That's non-negotiable if we want to win this. Doesn't matter how we do it, as long as we do it. And it might not lead to a thrash, it might lead to a narrow win, it doesn't matter. But rest assured we need to kick more than 80 points if we have any chance to win this game. Otherwise, if we don't, they can score pretty high, Brisbane, on their day. So we have to be really, really mindful of that. Okay? Yeah, so that's pretty much it, guys. I'm just going to leave it there. Just a nice brief review. So it's going to be a very, very exciting game today. Can't wait. Starts at 12:35. If you guys have no plans on, try and get to the game. It's a bit rainy, but luckily Marvel Stadium is a closed roof arena. So get down to there, give the boys the support. And I think it'll be an early finish. I think about 3 o'clock these 12:35 games end at. So comment your thoughts. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. Please do circulate this channel to many friends and well-wishers who you know might be interested. The more subscribers we have, guys, the better. Okay? So I'll leave it there. My next video will be about a review, hopefully talking about a St Kilda victory. Till then, take care, stay safe, and best of luck, Saints. May the force be with you. Bye, guys. Take care.